Hear how the LDS religion perfectly accommodates forensic family relationships and SRA, the darkest of the dark human behaviors. These things are components of dissociative identity disorder, an extremely serious psychiatric condition commonly known as split personality disorder. I'm Sarah Wilder. This is part 32B, and we're continuing with my sharing what I learned when I did some research on these conditions that Spirit clearly and in multiple readings laid out that Jim suffers from. I'm going to list for you now the traits or the characteristics of a forensic family relationship. 1, they share a culture and associated behaviors that are ritual harm. So these families are RA driven. They develop a uniquely secretive culture through the practice of a strict belief system within which ritual harm, RA, is committed, justified, and concealed. I'm going to pause right here at number 2, go off on a tangent. The strict doctrine-driven organized religion, it doesn't have to be the LDS one, but that's the one I've spent 36 years actively and faithfully participating in. It's an ideal trope within which to facilitate the oppression and abuse of a child by an authority figure. In recent years, and in recent months more so, the LDS Church, known for its strict moral code of living, has come under long overdue fire from revelations by survivors of RSA. That's ritual, the middle word I can't say on TikTok, abuse. RSA, fill it in. Despite its fervent campaigns to suppress reports from the outset, many of those incredible survivor stories are available on YouTube. We Are the People, Utah. Look it up. Have some tissue, have a mocktail by your side. It's not easy listening, but it's worth it. Okay, so I'm going to go on with the list. Number 3, there is more than one abuser with family members committing crimes against one another. These families strive to maintain a certain image. In the case of LDS families, that would be a socially acceptable level of spirituality, participation, etc., etc. What is their saturation with the church and all the components of it? Because that religion is a 24/7 lifestyle, not just holidays. Because they need to blend in within their chosen social settings. Okay, that image is extremely crucial. Number 5, they are highly secretive and tight-knit, and described by the authors of this academic book as tribalistic or thick as thieves. And number 6, crucial to these forensic family relationships, is getting compliance with the family program. And this is fear-driven, and it ensures everyone's survival. So within this number 6, compliance with the family program, the abuser maintains control and is free from consequences. The victim continues to be provided for with their basic needs. Imagine being a young child. Imagine that. The abuser's threats of great bodily injury or even death to the victim or the victim's loved one triggers survival instincts. They have also, the victims have complete dependency on the abuser, which creates a need for distance from outsiders who pose a risk of being discovered. And these are all things, these are conditions that the controlling abuser sets forth to maintain compliance with the program, and everything else stacked upon number 6, 1 through 5, to make sure it all works well and no one gets discovered. In Jim's case, not only was he raised in a family of active Mormons, he was raised in a family that was a pioneer ancestry. They derived from pioneers, I think from Scotland, England, something like that. Anyway, so the degree to which his family maintained secrecy was remarkable. I mean, I always thought they were a little weird. They were dark. They were negative. I didn't enjoy any time I spent with them, and I enjoyed it even less when they came to our home. But nowhere did I expect anything like this. But I'll tell you, this topic wasn't easy to study. It's not like I'm like aha moments. These are painful for me. These are painful for me to learn. My children, this is their dad. This is where they come from. And so I'm trying so hard to break the chain, break the cycle, and I'm sure all my girls are too. But this is so important to talk about. I just want to articulate it's not easy. Thank you. Okay, so maintaining secrecy was remarkable in Jim's family. Individually, it's a daily way of life being an active Mormon, and as a member of a congregation, it involves other forms of weekly involvement. You need to be seen by other church members as adhering to these standards and actively participating on multiple levels. That's crucial to the deception. Victims of RA undergo radical transformations in order to survive the violence and maintain complex illusions of well-being. That is from early childhood exactly where DID comes from, the splintering. The splintering and these alternate personas have different mannerisms, different voice, different personalities to go with them. But the worst thing is it's deeply, horrifyingly sad. It's cripplingly tragic because this happens in childhood, early childhood. Hence the need for the victims need for finding help from within themselves, such as a young Jim developing his altars, because at no point seeking help from the outside an option. You cannot go outside the group for help. So singularly, the burden is unbearable for a child, absolutely unbearable. We're going to stop here. I'm going to pick it back up in part 32C, where we're going to talk about how fragmentation into alternate personalities takes place. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Sarah Wilder, and this is Surviving the Man I Married.